hangovers. There is the Kennedy assassination, which Indiana identifies as ground zero of America's violated innocence, and therefore its subsequent apparent derangement. There is Branson, Mississippi, a landlocked resort where he inspects washed-up refugees from the Lawrence Welk show who dance and sing to make a few dollars before their date with the embalmer. And there is Andy Warhol, subject of the latest essay collected here from 2020, a virtuoso exercise in correcting a biographer's Philistine misremembering performed by an eyewitness. Indiana is often associated in the popular mind or the minds of magazine editors with the downtown Manhattan of the 1980s, and while this is not wrong, he was living, as he does still, some of the time in the East Village, was present at the Mud Club, and so on. It is not enough. The vision of his novels, especially his true crime trilogy, Resentment, 3-Month Fever, Depraved Indifference, spans the whole of America, and his literary sensibility is rooted in Europe. He was art critic for the Village Voice from 1985 to 1988. Those columns are collected in the recent volume Vile Days, and the criticism that has followed, much of which is in this book, demonstrates a corollary to Renata Adler's judgment that regular critics usually go shrill or shrill and stale, and become hacks after prolonged exposure to reviewing works that are neither masterpieces nor atrocities, but merely the stuff that's around in a given week when the deadline comes. The risk of hackdom — Indiana quit the art critic job out of boredom — is a necessary one for the serious critic to become great. Most of the writers, artists, and filmmakers Indiana scrutinizes in this book are geniuses, and his criticism meets them at their level. From the fictions of Paul Scherbart to the paintings of the young artist Sam McInnes, through Samuel Beckett, Unica Zern, Robert Bresson, Jean-Pierre Melville, Pier Paolo Pasolini, Louise Bourgeois, Adler herself, Jean-Patrick Manchette, Barbet Schroeder, Barbara Kruger, Tracy Emin, Ronnie Horn, and so on. Indiana's subjects, yoked together, take on the quality of a personal canon. Not entirely alternate — there's a Nobel winner in there — but far from obvious, their grouping here, an act of haphazard curation on Indiana's part, is a welcome tonic in an age when the concept of the lasting has been evacuated in favor of the metrics of hype. Our only hope in such a world is a critic as sophisticated and independent as Indiana to inform our own judgments and reactions. There is acid in everything Indiana writes, but it is of the sort that acts as a purifying agent, eliminating adulterants, euphemisms, phony received wisdom. His essays are humane to the core. Like the Clintons, George W. Bush, Donald Trump, Martha Stewart, Steven Spielberg, Oprah Winfrey, and Bruce Springsteen, Gary Indiana is a member of the baby boom generation. But as he writes of Pasolini, he is unique in his degree of loathing of the corporate culture his cohort have fostered, of the political cowardice they've perpetuated, and of the degradations the American language has suffered on the way from the typewriter to Twitter. There are notes of political despair in Fire Season. How could there not be? Of the Tsarnaev brothers and the Boston Marathon bombing, why did they do it? How could they? In the world we live in now, the better questions are, why not? Why wouldn't they? Perhaps we do live in a fallen world, one of darkness, violence, and superficiality. That much is obvious to anyone with a television or a cell phone. In these essays, Gary Indiana shows us over and over that the fallen world can't be the only one. I did not know Anna Politkovskaya. Yesterday, I saw a YouTube video of Grozny Today, when the showplace part of it, thrown up fast as a bank heist with massive infusions of Russian aid, resembles a Martian colony from the cover of an old science fiction novel. Marble esplanades, Moorish waterworks, winding veils of novelty lighting crawling over Alibaba spires and minarets, playful, high-rise slabs from the desk of Philip Johnson, Coney Island knockoffs of the Taj Mahal, the Blue Mosque, the Transamerica Building, a Potemkin village for the 1% of the 1%. And then the glorious new sports stadium, which can probably be rented out for honor killings and executions. The camera spots Ramzan Kadyrov.